Okay, my phone apparently just hates everything now. So we'll see how long this one lasts.
Yeah, I was just saying that um, the push for everything to be apps now really restricts the ability of like users to do anything that isn't what's the word I want to use here that isn't like approved by corporations.
Yeah.
And you know me, I love only ever doing the things that corporations love. I wouldn't pirate a car. It's a joke. I would absolutely pirate a car if it was possible.
Oh yeah.
I suppose with 3D printing,
Maybe someday.
Um, I wanted to let you know I'm in the middle of watching a YouTube video, and in my recommended videos, I see a video called "Superhero Movies Have Hit a New Low," and it's a picture of the girl from Madam Web.
Okay.
I won't lie to you. We haven't spoken in a while, but
yeah, it's been like a real long time.
Yeah, because as I was preparing the move, I not only broke my TV, but my computer doesn't function anymore. Or rather, the graphics card doesn't seem to work because the computer turns on, but it sends no signal to the monitor. So
that sucks.
at some point, I need to figure out what graphics card I need. B, buy a graphics card, and then C, figure out how to install my graphics card before D, figuring out how to set up my computer in this new room that I'm in, where half the electric outlets don't work currently.
Oh no.
So we'll see. But for now, I have no computer. I've lived the last month off of nothing but the TV that my housemates graciously provided for me, my PS5, and my new phone. Yes, that's right, new phone. Not the phone that I moved here with, because the phone that I moved here with immediately stopped being able to charge when I got here.
Fuck, dude.
So thankfully,
you just have an endless string of bad luck stuff happening constantly, and it's terrible.
Yeah. But thankfully, to compensate for my constant run of bad luck, I am remarkably intelligent and attractive.
Yes.
Because I knew that my phone was going to shit. So while I was still working at CVS, one of the phones went on sale there.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'm going to buy this for when this phone inevitably stops functioning.
Nice.
So it was pretty easy to switch over to the new one once I had money to do so.
That's good.
Yeah.
I am currently watching through. I have no idea. Just apropos of nothing. I'm currently watching through the '90s X-Men show for the first time in its entirety, and Teen Titans for the first time in its entirety.
Teen Titans is so fucking good.
Yeah, I've seen bits and pieces of each, but have never watched the entirety of either. So I'm actually sitting down to watch those very slowly over the course of the next few months.
So, okay, first of all, I want to get back to Madam Web after this, but But Teen Titan, where are you right now in Teen Titans?
I'm like 7 or 8 episodes in. We're like slowly getting into Raven's backstory a little bit.
That's going to be very slow.
Yeah.
I'll let you know right now. You will not get the entire story until like season 4.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I know from other stuff and from other, some comics, some animated movies, some other stuff, like I know generally what her deal is. So, and that's kind of what my favorite thing is about watching something from an Earth of the DC multiverse that I have yet to experience is that you already know most of the stuff, but you get new little twists on it and new revelations on things, and that's pretty fun.
Yeah. I'll tell you, like, Raven, there's a reason she's one of my earliest episodes. Like, and it's not just because she made me love goth girls when I was a kid.
Yeah, hot.
Genuinely one of my favorite characters in these.
Yeah, she's cool.
There's a thing that, okay, so I believe if you're on episode like 7, that means you've already seen Nevermore, right?
Have I? I don't think
It's
so.
the episode where
maybe I miscounted.
I think it's episode 6. It's an episode where they see in Raven's mind Beast Boy and Cyborg.
Yeah.
Okay. That thing where all of her personality fragments fused and became a White Raven.
That was cool.
White Raven is like her Super Saiyan, and it only appears in the show a handful of times.
Okay, yeah, I've wanted, because I know that's something that I've been excited to learn more about in Teen Titans specifically, is White Raven, because I've seen, like, in the season 4 of Titans, she becomes White Raven. At the end of the DC animated movie universe, she becomes White Raven.
Really?
Yeah. And so I've seen White Raven a few times on different Earths, but had no metric for what it actually means. And so that's kind of cool.
Okay, my character Amplitude, he is inspired by like 1,000 different characters.
Yeah.
The more I unravel my inspiration for him, the more I'm like, oh, he's this, but then also this, and this. He has like a super form where he gets White Lightning, and that's heavily inspired by White Raven.
Nice.
But I was going to say that I think White Raven only appears 4 times in the entire show, and you already saw the first, and 2 others are like very technical. Like, you might argue she's not really White Raven in those things.
Interesting.
So, but she's really fun, cool. I think every season of Teen Titans focuses on a different Titan, and
that's
Starfire.
Cool.
Starfire is the only one that doesn't get her own focus season. But you could argue that she gets a lot of focus in the movie. So,
what made me really want to dive into Teen Titans now was because I think I mentioned on the group chat, I've been playing Lego Dimensions, and they've got a Teen Titans Go world. And I was like, yeah, I don't feel like watching Teen Titans Go, but I'll watch Teen Titans.
It's the best decision you've ever made in your life. I watched the first episode.
I've seen the movie Teen Titans Go to the movies, and it was adorable and hilarious, but I can tell that watching a whole show of that would get grating after a while, I think.
Yeah. I watched the first episode of Teen Titans Go when it came out because we had already been waiting years wanting a sequel. Yeah. And so I was like, oh, a sequel to Teen Titans. It's what I've been asking for. And I watched the first episode. I was like, this is nothing like what I've asked for. This is actually an affront to nature.
Dude, as an uber nerd of like so many different franchises, Lego Dimensions is fucking heaven, man. I've been geeking out at so many things. My favorite thing about Lego Dimensions is that they planned out and programmed and bothered to record specific lines for various characters interacting. So like if you happen to be playing as Robin from Teen Titans Go and the Doctor from Doctor Who at the same time, at some point Robin goes, so Doctor, you've got a thing where you're basically the same person, but your looks and personality all change? He goes, I hope that never happens to the Titans. That's just really funny.
Oh, that's great. But what was I going to say? I was going to say something just now.
About Titans Go? And
Oh
you
yeah.
thought it was going to be a continuation?
I got into an argument one time with former friend slash little sister figure, who will go unnamed,
Okay,
because uh, we're not friends anymore. That's
that's
fun.
sad.
But because I one time was complaining about Teen Titans Go, I was like, it frustrates me so much, and she was like, but it's a show for little kids. Can't you just like let them have their thing? And I'm like, no, because that's not their thing. The show that I love. No, no, look, hear me out. That show could have been anything.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been literally anything. It didn't need to be Teen Titans.
Yeah.
They specifically made a sequel show using the same character designs and character voices of a show that ended on a cliffhanger.
That's sad.
And
That is
com-
sad.
and completely changed everything about it. And it's like, if first of all, if you want to make a silly, goofy kids show, you could have done original characters.
Mm-hmm.
But if you really had to have a kids show around Teen Titans, it didn't need to be the same designs and it didn't need to be the same voices, because then that lures people into thinking, oh, good, the show that I love is back. But it's not.
Yeah, it's a very rare, and to my knowledge, one of the only examples of um, the reverse of what basically Clone Wars and Bad Batch have done, where it's like something that starts out clearly more oriented toward kids, and the storytelling matures and matures and matures, and it gets to where you're tackling some really dark stuff, and then the only people who are really still watching it are adults because it's kind of geared more toward them. Um, and it looks like Teen Titans did the opposite, which is kind of funny. You usually don't see an existing thing go back to appeal to a younger demographic. Then you usually see like an existing thing grow up with its demographic, which is interesting.
Yeah, no. So it's not made for fans of the Teen Titans show,
Mm-hmm.
but it's made to make fans of the Teen Titans show think it's made for them, and then just slap them in the face. It's weird. Like, I know this might sound like an inaccurate term to describe a show made by multiple people, but it feels disrespectful.
Yeah. The one thing that I would think saves it from being that is that I at some point heard the actor who plays Cyborg talking about Teen Titans Go
Carrie
and
Payton.
being, I think so. And he was...
It's Carrie Payton. That was less of a question and more of a declarative statement from me.
Okay. And he was, to the best of my memory in this interview, like disappointed that people like hate its existence. And he's like, yeah, the show ended, but we're all happy to get together and get drunk and make fun of the original show, which I thought was funny. That it's like that at least part of this is deliberately weird, and that they're having a good time. And I'm like, oh, if they're having a good time, I can't hate it.
That's cool. I'm happy for them. I'm not him.
Yeah.
I'm not one of the actors who really couldn't give less of a shit about the story. I'm an active fan of the story. And the fact that they introduced what we have to assume, because there's no proof of anything, we have to assume that the thing that appeared at the I'm not even going to say spoilers for the final episode of Teen Titans, because it literally does not matter to your viewing of the entire series. That's how
I'm just vibing with each episode.
We have to assume that it's a white Martian that appeared at the end of Teen Titans. Now, this part is a spoiler, so I'm not going to say it in any specific terms, but a certain character returns, which is a big deal. And then there was a bunch of loose plot threads that were never tied up, to the point where a comic from, I think, like 2 years ago or something, its big draw, because the comic was kind of bad from what I hear, but its biggest draw that was bringing readers in was the promise that we were finally going to get a reveal that was a dangling plot thread from the Teen Titans cartoon.
That's
Which
cool.
I guess I could. I'm not going to say it just in case, but there's
Sure.
there's a certain character who we never know their identity, and
Interesting.
it literally got revealed for the first time in a comic.
I'll have to look that up once I'm finished watching it. I do love so far Deathstroke's whole
Slade.
vibe. Yeah.
They don't call him Deathstroke in the show.
Yeah,
He's just-
I picked up on that he is only ever referred to as Slade so far. I haven't looked it up. I'm 80% sure it's Corey Burton doing the voice, and it's a hell of a voice. Really?
It's not.
Oh, who is it?
It's Ron Perlman.
Oh, fuck, that's cooler. That's awesome.
He's so fucking good. I've been watching this group. What are they called now? Sort of Stupid. Watching the Teen Titans show for the first time, and every time Slade is brought up, they're like, it's just really unsettling. He's just a grown man that's manipulating these children. He seems really obsessed with these children, and I'm like, ooh, buddy, don't read the Judas Contract.
Yeah. I haven't read the Judas Contract. I've watched the movie, and it's unsettling.
Oh, you know what? I don't know what the movie version is like. Okay.
Well, it's definitely got heavy pedophile Slade vibes.
I'm going to say potential trigger warning for anyone listening to this. But does
we probably will wind up releasing this. I shouldn't have said that without a trigger warning if we're releasing this as a special.
I'll put it in the description. But does he like? I hate even saying this. Does he rape Tara in this? In the movie?
It's never explicit that happens, but it's clear that there's a relationship here that is inappropriate.
I'm pretty sure it's explicit in the comics.
They didn't go that far in the movie because it's a movie and they needed to show it to people.
You know what's funny? So I don't think it's a spoiler to tell you that one of the most popular Teen Titans stories of all time is going to get adapted in the Teen Titans cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
I will say I think it's funny that they get closer to hitting on those extremely dark and disturbing themes in the more kid-friendly Teen Titans cartoon than they do in Young Justice's version of it.
Oh, very interesting.
Oh, have you seen Young Justice?
Yeah, love Young Justice.
Did you see season 3?
I kind of fell off with. I don't remember season 3 super clearly, but I definitely watched all of it.
Tara appears in season 3, and she is trained by Deathstroke.
Yes, I remember that.
But that's kind of where it begins and ends, is that he keeps trying to manipulate her by telling her, like...
Yeah, I remember. I think I watched Judas Contract after that, and so I was like, Tara shows up and associated with Deathstroke. Oh yeah, I remember that. Tara's trained by Deathstroke, and then like slowly gets more and more clear that there's some sort of manipulation or borderline romantic. Like they never go all the way to like a sexual depiction of anything, but it's like this is a huge problem with these two people. It's creepy.
See,
it's creepy.
This is the thing with whenever I try to describe the difference between DC and Marvel, I won't say that DC is darker than Marvel. I will say they like being edgy a lot more.
That's an interesting take. Yeah.
Well,
that's
let's
probably
give it a track record. Deathstroke with Tara. That's fucking gross.
Oh yeah.
Dr. Light.
Oh God, fuck yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Fridging literally came from DC Comics.
Yep, that's where the word came from.
Yep.
That's a bad title to have. That's a bad record to set. To be the one who invented the term fridging by accident.
Everything with modern Joker. Like him cutting his face off and everything and leaving it on the wall and coming back for it a year later.
he
So apparently
steeples it onto himself.
Like, they're so edgy when they want to be.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Marvel is not afraid to tackle dark topics, but thankfully they left most of their. I was going to say they left most of their edginess back in the early 2000s with Ultimate Comics, especially like racist Captain America and incestuous Monica Pietro.
Yep.
But sometimes the new Spider-Man comics do like cucking Peter. What is the point of that?
It's weird. I don't know why they've decided that's their thing now, but that's weird. I was going to tell you a couple more lines from Lego Dimensions of amusing combinations of people, because it's just awesome that you can make these combinations of people. If you put Raven on at the same time as Batman, but it's not the Batman from like any universe that they'd know. It's just the Lego Batman video game version of Batman. And so she goes, "Hey, Batman, is the Robin in your universe obsessed with planning stuff too?" And so they'll just like talk to each other. My personal favorite, though, is if you put Sonic the Hedgehog in the game with the Doctor, and Sonic eventually goes, "Hey, Doctor, I heard you named a screwdriver after me. How cool is that?" And I'm like, "That's great. That's good. That was a fun one."
Yeah, I was wondering where you were going with that, and
yeah, it's ridiculous, but it's awesome.
I thought it was going to be something about breaking the laws of causality through speed, time manipulation, or whatever. And no, it's the lowest hanging fruit.
Yeah, they just go for a name joke. If you put Superman on with the Doctor, at some point he goes, "Time travel? Me? Oh no, I could never do a thing like that."
Oh fucking god! Is that a Superman 1 reference?
Yes. And I'm like, great. I have so much fun with this game.
I want someone to do, it probably is a thing. I want someone to do an animated version of Superman 1 where he starts spinning the Earth backward and it just slingshots the Earth into the sun, and he's just like, oops.
Oh, I fucked up.
Yeah, because that's what would happen. If you stopped the Earth from spinning, it would just go rocketing through space.
Yep.
Also, everyone would be dead before it even did that, so it wouldn't matter.
See, I've always charitably interpreted. No, because he spins the other way. No.
Yeah.
Because I was about to say, every single time I think of this, I initially charitably interpret it as he's just far exceeding the speed of light, and he just happens to be flying around the Earth, and we're seeing his perspective as time reverses because he's going faster than light. But then he has to spin the other way to get time moving back. So that's not what's happening.
Yeah. See, you're being too charitable for a stupid fucking movie from the 70s.
Yeah, but see, that's how my fandom optimism brain works. It immediately starts calculating possible explanations for stupid things.
You're trying to give it an out that it doesn't deserve.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair.
Okay, I want to say something about Madam Web real quick before we actually.
Yeah, we got sidetracked.
I'm probably just gonna like have all of this be in the episode for two reasons. One, it's been a while, and I'm sure that all the two people listening will be happy to hear us talk for our side. And two, I only have a phone. Editing is going to be a bitch, and I don't want to do it too much.
Yeah, true.
So suck on these nuts. But Madam Web, who the fuck asked for this?
Yep.
And
I've heard so many horrible things.
Like, okay,
not seen it.
First of all, they made a Valentine's Day release for it. Only one superhero movie is allowed to get away with a Valentine's Day release, and that's fucking Deadpool. But because no couple is gonna like, and you know what's worse? They made it a Valentine's Day release. Like, couples are gonna go see it, and then who do they cast in it? One of the biggest horny baits of modern years.
Yes.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
I was gonna say two of the biggest between
I only know one.
Between Dakota Johnson and Sydney Sweeney.
What's Dakota Johnson's thing?
Isn't she from the 50 Shades of Grey stuff?
Oh, is she? I don't respect those movies, so I don't know.
I think she is. I can't swear to it because I haven't seen them. But
Is she like the girl? Is she
I think so, and that's why I was like, well, then there's two horny baits if that's her, but I can't swear to it that that's her.
Give Sweeney because she's like an adult, but she's not an adult film star. She's in the thing with Zendaya or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's the one about the strippers.
Euphoria. Is that Euphoria? Yeah.
The prostitute one. And I just remember everyone's like, "Oh gosh, she's so hot," and I'm like, "Isn't she playing a teenager or something?" Like,
I mean, it's like yes, the actress is, but
to be fair, again, I'm a big proponent of who gives a fuck about fictional ages of fictional characters because it's fictional. None of that shit matters. You can't fuck them.
Yeah.
Except in your mind. So who cares? But one, it's a little bit harder for me to keep that same energy with live action people.
Yeah, and I mean, granted, the actress is not underage, so it's like, okay, sure, but
no, I get that.
Still,
I'm just saying that's where I get a little bit more like, okay. But the other thing is, I don't know, man. Anyone I've seen talk about that show is like so sleazy about it that I'm like, is it specifically because she's supposed to be a teenage prostitute? Is that what's
going for him? Yeah, that's interesting. That's an interesting thought.
That's why I get a little bit like, I don't know about that. Because
I've never seen it. I don't know anything about it other than that everyone who sees it says that it's some sort of masterclass in TV making or something, or maybe she's just hot. I don't know.
Because most of the time when I'm like, who gives a shit about their fictional age, right?
Yeah.
I'm saying it from the perspective of someone who would like characters despite their age. Mm-hmm. Not because of it. Like I have Mina Ashido as my phone background, and cool. I have a body pillow cover of her, and I love this pink girl, and a big part of that, or the main parts, is because she's got a fun personality, and she's really cool, and she's a hero, and she's kind, and she's got some big old titties, and it just happens. It just happens that in the universe she exists, and she is also a high schooler, and I'm like, I like her despite that. I don't go out of my way to be like, high school girl.
Yeah, it's like if I imagine that this character were grown up a little bit, that's who I'm thinking of, you know what I mean?
Exactly, because it's like she's just as real in your imagination as she is on the fucking TV screen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't trust these hoes out here that are like, I watch Euphoria for Sydney Sweeney.
It's like, to tie into what we're about to talk about, the adult version of Toph that we never get to see is who I'm into.
Yeah. Or even like if you were a kid when Avatar came out, and so as an adult you look back fondly on that, it's like, sure, that makes sense. Because like you experience the passage of time. Mm-hmm. And so from your perspective, the character does too, even if through rewatching they're technically still the same age as they were back then. Yeah. Like, it's not weird because it's like you were the same age as them. Like, what was it? There was some character that someone was arguing with me about that I was weird for being attracted to because they're younger than me, and I'm like, I was 6 when that came out. They're an older woman to me.
Yeah.
But and the fact that she is the first ever live action version of Jessica Drew really disappoints me. Because
well, what's funny is that I saw a behind the scenes photo of her in the suit doing like hanging upside down with like the hair, and I'm like, holy shit, that's cool. Like
it is.
That looks great.
She looks the part. I just wish she was in a better movie.
Yes.
Because and I want I'm gonna put this out there. I've not seen the movie. I'm not
Yeah.
trying to be judgmental about a piece of media that I haven't seen. I
Mm-hmm.
will say
Because
though, I've
yeah,
seen
it
the
bugs me
trailer.
when people do that, but I'm not
I
interested in it.
Based on what the trailers have shown me, it looks bad.
Mm-hmm.
It looks uninteresting.
Yeah.
Why? Okay, why is Madam Web a young girl? She's supposed to be like, you know how they had what's her face? What's the lady that played Aunt May in
Uh.
the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies?
Oh man.
You know who I mean, right?
Yeah.
She should be
I used to know the actress's name, and I'm upset that I don't. But yes, I know what
she
you're
should
talking
be a
about.
woman like that. She should be old and like
Yeah, I remember when I first saw the casting for the Madam Web show. I was like, oh, I guess there's a Madam Web version that I'm not familiar with. It's a young hot lady, and
also
isn't an old blind woman who bosses around Spider-Man from
the
a
sheer
swirly cloud like
the
she is in the
sheer
90s.
the sheer amount of interconnectivity with Spider-Verse media these days between No Way Home and Across the Spider-Verse and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
for you to then take Madam Web, the Spider-Verse,
Madam fucking Web.
she is the Nick Fury of the Spider-Verse,
Yeah.
and then to be like, now we're going to make a movie about her that
Yeah.
has nothing to do with any of that shit.
Not only nothing to do with it, but as far as I've heard, maybe legally can't say the words Parker or May, which is interesting. Are you familiar with like the plot of the movie or anything? Because I've listened to a lot of spoiler reviews. Like I know everything that happens in it.
Dad was doing experiments about precognition in the jungle or some shit, and then she has visions of
Yeah.
the girl that also happen to have spider powers, and then she holds up a manhole cover to block a piece of debris while not looking, because they use that shot like in 20 different trailers.
Yeah. But apparently in the movie, and this is spoilers if you haven't seen it, I don't.
Not Spider-Man.
The what?
They're getting hunted by not Spider-Man.
Yeah. And big spoilers for the movie if you happen to be interested in seeing it. I'm going to assume that by this point, if you haven't seen it, you don't care. Is that the like her like EMS partner is Ben Parker, and they never say his last name, but it's a guy named Ben whose sister Mary is pregnant, and they almost say that the kid's name is Peter, but they don't seem to legally be allowed to say the whole word Peter, which is really interesting.
I fucking hate that so much. There's no need for her to know Ben. There's literally zero. You know why Madam Web becomes associated with Spider-Man?
Mm-hmm.
Is because he's an important superhero that has the ability to make connections and save the day across multiple universes, not because she knew his fucking uncle.
Yep. She knows his uncle.
I hate that.
And it just cracks me up that not that this necessarily
it's the same pre-Destiny shit that they tried in the comics with the magic spider bite thing. It's the same pre-Destiny shit that they tried in the Amazing Spider-Man movies with, the spider bite actually wouldn't react to anybody.
That was probably my least favorite thing about the Andrew Garfield movies was that it's a Destiny thing. I don't think Spider-Man works as well as a Destiny thing.
He becomes Spider-Man. That shit sucks.
Yep.
And so now I'm also supposed to believe that the guy made an almost one-to-one recreation of the Spider-Man suit, did it before Spider-Man was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that.
Yeah. But
the entire point was that Spider-Man was supposed to take inspiration from.
Legally couldn't say the word Parker, and then Ben's like, "Oh, I'm dating someone." They're like, "Who is it?" And he doesn't say because Spider-Man. I don't think they were allowed to say May either.
Yeah, the entire point of Spider-Man making his costume is that he's supposed to take inspiration from luchadores and making it.
Yep.
And now it's just going to be, he takes inspiration from that one guy that tried to kill my uncle's EMS partner one time.
Yep. My uncle's EMS partner that one time. That's so fucking funny. Yeah, it's I mean, look, I'm not going to say like worst movie ever or this shouldn't exist or anything because whatever. But
No, I'm gonna say
I
so.
certainly have no interest in it based on what I've heard, and it sounds like there's a lot of. If you can't legally say Parker, don't put Ben Parker in your movie.
I'm gonna put this out there. If you can't use Spider-Man, stop making movies about characters related to Spider-Man. Stop making Venom. Stop making Kraven the Hunter. And
I'll
for
accept
fucking
Venom.
Christ's sake, stop making El Muerte.
Oh yeah, no. I'll accept Venom because there's just enough about Venom that is maybe interesting without Spider-Man. I enjoy those two movies. There are some continuities where Venom is more of an anti-hero than just a Spider-Man obsessed villain. So I'm like, okay, I'll give you Venom. You can have Venom, but like, come on, all these other ones, like these are all intricately tied to Spider-Man's mythology.
Yeah.
Craven and Morbius and Madam Web and yeah.
What the fuck is Kraven without Spider-Man? He's a guy that hunts really good. The entire point of Kraven becoming an
I
interesting
think they're making him an anti-hero who hunts poachers. Is the
that's
vague vibe that I got from the trailer.
that's so lame. That's so dumb. That shit sucks my asshole. No, look, because here's the thing. The entire point of Kraven as a character is he's supposed to be what happens when a guy who hunts really good gets bored of hunting normal game and hunts a superhero.
Mm-hmm.
That's
fascinating.
Literally the point of him is that
fascinating.
He's like, I'm going to hunt a man now, a superhuman man in the middle of the city, and he hunts Spider-Man because when you just have him be a dude that hunts good, you got a fucking Crocodile Dundee movie.
That's great.
But not fun. That shit sucks.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we've been talking for a half an hour, so we should actually, like...
Yeah, we should probably do the thing that people expected us to do by the title of the video, of the title of the podcast they clicked on.
I don't know when Korn is going to be streaming, so I can't do this forever today.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Because I don't know if you know, I'm officially one of his mods now, so...
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. Okay, so... I know I'm not going to split this up into two things, but I also never did the intro, so hey, welcome to Cape Corner.
And I'm Jordan, and
yeah.
This is...
And I'm Blue. So
man, it's been a long time since it's been a super long time since we've been on a show together. It's just been a long time since I've done a podcast because I have a vocal disorder, which makes speaking very uncomfortable. And also I'm in the beginning stages of planning a wedding. And it just so happens that the times that I like to do podcasts always wind up being the times that venues want to plan tours. So,
my friend Cinder just got made into a fiance, so like everyone's
cool.
getting married. It shit sucks.
Well, I'm sorry.
And I was single on Valentine's Day.
You could have gone to see Madam Web.
I could have done a lot of things. I could have slammed my balls with a hammer.
That would have been preferable, probably. Could have gone to look at Sydney Sweeney and have Sydney Sweeney on the
I could have
big giant
Paul
screen.
Newman and got arrested for jacking off to Sydney Sweeney in the theater.
Okay, every single picture because I did not know who Sydney Sweeney was until promotion for this movie started up, and I do have to admit that whenever I see pictures, I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I get it.
Do you? I don't. I
get
don't
it.
see what's so goddamn attractive about her.
It's. Never mind.
Yeah. Go on, soon to be married man.
I'm like, you know what? Never mind. I'll just. You're right. You're right. I don't get it.
And that's how this episode of Cape Quarter became used as incriminating evidence in a court of law.
Anyway, it's they keep showing like pictures of her posed very seductively on like couches wearing her mask and stuff, and I'm like, why? Why
Sure,
is this your strategy?
Well, I got that.
Did
Well, okay.
you
First of all,
see the promo video of Dakota Johnson doing like a weirdly sensual voice talking? Did you see this thing?
That's what I'm saying. They're literally just trying to sell a superhero movie about an 80-year-old super lady with sex, and it's very strange.
It's so
God,
strange.
Wait, hang on. I'm sorry. I forgot one of my biggest things. Remember when I was like, Venom shouldn't exist in a movie without Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Okay, here's the chain of events. This is so fucking dumb. Now, according to this movie, Jessica Drew existed as a spider-themed superhero before Spider-Man was
a minimum of 6 years. Well, because she doesn't get any powers in the movie. All we know is that 10 years from now, in the timeline of the movie, she will be a superhero and have a super costume. We never actually see her in it other than like 5 seconds of flash forwards, which is baffling to me. And
what the fuck? She's not even a superhero in the movie?
Yeah, it turns out this is not actually an origin story for 3 spider people. It's just the whole... Okay, I gotta tell you about this stuff.
What you're telling me is they're doing that thing from Amazing Spider-Man 2 where they show the room full of all of the, like the rhino suit, the vulture wing, the Doc Ock arms.
Yep.
God,
as the premise of a movie.
Oh my god, they didn't learn their lesson.
As they did that. They did Amazing Spider-Man 2 if that teaser at the end of the movie were the premise of the beginning of the movie.
It's been 10 years and people make fun of them still for that. They did it again?
Yeah, but they did it bigger because they made it the foundation of the whole movie. Oh. Because apparently the plot of this movie is that the evil Spider-Man guy is trying to kill these 3 people because he's had a vision of 10 years from now when they're going to kill him. And in that vision, we see them with spider powers with their spider costumes. And that's it. They don't get the powers or the costumes during the timeline of the movie. This guy's just trying to kill them because they will in 10 years.
Okay, that shit sucks. But look, here's what I was going to say, though. Okay, she is 2 degrees removed from where she should be. And here's what I mean by that. Spider-Man exists first. His appearance influences the way that Venom looks.
Yes.
And then the way Venom looks influences Jessica Drew's black suit design. And it's not because of black suit Spider-Man, it's because of Venom, because her white spider is the same as Venom's white spider.
I had noticed that when I saw a picture of both the comic character and the character in this movie.
She makes that suit after both Spider-Man and Venom are characters that are related to each other. So not only has Sony made 2 movies where Venom has fuck all to do with Spider-Man, but now they've made Jessica Drew a character whose suit is based on a Venom that does not have that white spider, and she does it before Spider-Man is even born.
Yeah.
This shit is a...
She might technically wind up doing it after he's born.
Fuck, he's not Spider-Man at that point.
But long before he's Spider-Man, because we know it's 10 years from now, and he's just been born. So at the latest, it's when Peter's 10 that she becomes a Spider-Woman in this universe.
Also, is Ben old in this movie?
No.
Like, how young would you say he looks?
He's played by that guy who shows up on a lot of sitcoms. I think his name is Adam Scott. Let me double check that.
That doesn't help me. Like, I'm talking 30s, 40s.
Yeah, mid 30s. The actor is 50. Man, he looks great. I saw a picture of him. I was like, yeah, he's in his mid-30s.
He's in Hollywood. Afford to look great.
Yeah.
Personal trainers, healthy food. Wouldn't it be nice?
Yeah.
But
So, okay, let's assume that he's meant to be the same age as the actor, then he's 50.
I don't assume that because they never are. You know that's true. Don't
That's
fucking
true.
make excuses for
Okay,
them.
then
Mario
he's
Lopez.
35, based on the way he
Mario Lopez
looks.
was 30 when he played Saved by the Bell. Come on. We know what they do.
Yeah, he looks 35.
So, okay, so assuming his character is supposed to be somewhat what he looks like, 35,
Yeah.
that's still too young to be fucking Uncle Ben in 10 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Uncle Ben's supposed to be like 60 at minimum when he dies. But like, okay, this isn't a fucking episode about Madam Web. We're supposed to be talking about Aang.
I love that we did this to ourselves.
You want to just make this an episode about Madam Web?
I mean, we could. I'd be kind of fine with that because I at least know about her 90s appearance in the Spider-Man animated show.
Shattered Dimensions.
Cool. All right, we're pivoting.
Sure.
Dear listener, because this is apparently now going to be titled Madam Web, we started recording 46 minutes ago thinking that we were going to be talking about Aang from Avatar: The Last Airbender. So I guess that'll be coming
next week.
That'll be coming soon, dear listener.
Yeah, and I'm sure I'm going to get into an argument about my views on fucking Netflix anime projects, but
Interesting. That'll be fun. Neither of us have seen well, at least I haven't seen the Netflix one. I assume you haven't.
I haven't. I refuse to.
Fair enough.
Spoilers for my views on the Netflix anime things. But yeah, okay, so I believe my first time seeing Madam Web was also in the 90s cartoon. And their Spider-Verse event was much smaller scale. It was only like 6 Spider-Man in that, right?
6 or 7. It was really cool. I loved that episode so much.
They had Spider Armor Mark 1 as one of the guys, right?
Yeah, in a universe where he's basically Tony Stark.
No. Mark 1, where it was just like the cast iron.
Yeah, but he's supposed to be from a universe where he like owns a tech company and he's a brilliant inventor.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Did that story in the comic book take inspiration from that then?
Maybe.
The Parker Industries shit?
Could be. I have no idea. I don't know which came first, and I don't know if
the 90s thing came first. What are you talking about? The Parker Industries was mid-2000s.
I didn't know when that Spider-Man comic book happened. I've not kept up with Spider-Man comics terribly well.
It was like mid-2010s.
Okay. Then yeah, maybe it was influenced by the show.
No, sorry. I clearly you didn't know what comic thing I was referring to, but it's just really funny to me. Like, I don't know what came first, the comic book or the 90s cartoon from an era like 30 years before it.
Yeah. I haven't read it. There's like 80 years of, not 80, 60, just barely over 60 years of Spider-Man comics. So I don't know. It was a lot.
It is kind of funny to think about the fact that he's so much younger than a lot of the most popular superheroes.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, the 60s isn't exactly recent. But
yeah, the 60s is also when you get all of your like Silver Age DC characters, right? Like Barry and Hal.
Yes. Okay. Though there were technically a Flash and a Green Lantern predating them.
The concept of Flash and Green Lantern predates it, but the like main iteration that we think of.
Yeah, they're from around the same era.
Yeah. Interesting.
Fantastic Four, I think, are from the... I did an episode on them, but that was episode 3. That was years ago.
Years.
We're old. They came
out? Maybe. I always thought of them as a 60s thing, so maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah. So Madam Web. What was the story of that episode of the '90s show again?
It
Like, what
was
were they
that
fighting?
there's a version of Peter who like blended with Carnage or something, I think.
Oh,
And
Spider Carnage.
yeah, I think so. And he's fallen into a nihilistic rage and has decided that he wants to like destroy the multiverse and erase all of reality or something.
You know what's funny?
Hmm?
That sounds shockingly similar to the plot of Scott Pilgrim Takes Off, which I can't remember. Did you see that?
Scott Pilgrim?
Scott Pilgrim Takes Off.
No.
Wait, have you seen Scott Pilgrim versus the World?
Yeah, I've seen that. It was a long time ago, but I have seen it.
Um, I strongly recommend that you watch Scott Pilgrim Takes Off. It's so good.
Okay.
It's only a few episodes. It's on Netflix. It's an easy breezy watch, and it's technically a sequel to Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Interesting.
It is both a sequel and also a reboot.
Oh, that's fun. I like when stuff does that.
Yeah, it's so fucking cool because it's like it was last year, 2023, and the movie was 2009. So I think you actually see Scott from what is that, 14 years in the future in Scott Pilgrim Takes Off. So it's the same amount of time between when the movie came out and when that show came out. So he's supposed to be like a quote unquote modern day Scott because
Okay, interesting.
if time flows in our real world from the same point as the movie, which was 2009, then he would be from 2023.
Okay.
But anyway, I'm getting too deep into that. Yeah, just watch it. It's good, trust me. But okay, so she's gathering multiple Peter Parkers to stop this one shitty Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Including the abomination that is Spider-Man. That one time he had 4 extra arms.
Yeah, I remember that.
I hate that one. So the only one
There was
that I
was
hate,
one where he's got like the Doc Ock arms, and there was also the one that's like the mutated one.
I mean the mutated one.
Okay, yeah.
The only one I hate more than him is Spiders Man.
Oh, that's a fucked up concept. I love spiders, man.
Where he's not Peter Parker, he's literally just a hive of spiders
Who
working
collectively
together,
believe that they are Peter Parker.
working together to pilot a Spider-Man suit like it's a fucking Gundam.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
It's so stupid and also disturbing. um yeah, so okay, you've got spider armor, you've got oh, I do like so people argue that Doc Ock is Spider-Man's true arch nemesis. I still argue that it's Green Goblin, but I see why Doc Ock is like a strong contender for that. But for as much as, especially modern comic book material loves to make the villain a guy that has the same powers as the hero, having a dude that's based on spiders, a creature with 8 limbs, fighting against a guy that's based on octopus, a guy with 8 limbs, a creature with 8 limbs, is great, especially because they make a reference to it in No Way Home with the fact that with the Iron Spider suit, he gets 4 mechanical limbs in addition to his 4 human limbs, and Doc Ock looks at his arms and goes, "Looks like we got some competition."
Yeah.
Which is great. And
Yeah, that was a fun bit.
Yeah, because I think I've gone on this before, but do you know Ollie Osnick?
No.
So
Think
okay,
so?
Ollie Osnick was a kid who was a mechanical genius as like an elementary schooler, and he was a big fan of Dr. Otto Octavius, and so he wanted to be the sidekick of Dr. Octopus, and he made his own miniature version of the Doc Ock arms.
Oh, that's fun.
He went to Dr. Octopus and was like, let me be your sidekick. Look, I made arms like you. And Doc was like, fuck off, kid. And like tried to kill Ollie, and Spider-Man saved him. And so Ollie became enamored with Spider-Man. And so he made his own Spider-Man suit, kept the Doc Ock arms, and started calling himself Spider-Boy, and figured it worked because spiders also have 8 limbs. And
Interesting.
later on, as he got older, he would become his own spider superhero called the Steel Spider. And the Steel Spider appeared in that in easily the best Ultimate Spider-Man episode, the one where Spider-Man goes to Boston.
Okay. I don't remember if I've seen that one. I watched some of Ultimate Spider-Man, but did not watch all of it.
Ultimate Spider-Man sucks, but that episode is good
I'll have
because
to find it.
it's Peter literally just gets sick of being treated like shit in New York. So he's like, he hears that Boston is looking for a superhero. And he goes to Boston to be their superhero, and they're like, welcome to Boston, Spider-Man.
That's funny.
And Ollie Osnick is there. He's from Boston, and he tries to be Spider-Boy, and Spider-Man shoots him down because he's like, look, I'm trying to be a solo hero now because that whole team thing didn't work out for me. And so he snubs Ollie, and Ollie gets mad and makes a badass Steel Spider outfit, and like kind of fucks him up for a little bit. And so eventually Peter's like, all right, look, I'll admit it. You're kind of awesome. I really appreciate you, looking up to me so much. I'm sorry I didn't treat you like how you deserve to be treated, but wow, your mechanical engineering is insane. Honestly, with you here, I feel like Boston's already got a superhero. And he's like, wow, you mean it? He's like, yeah. And so Steel Spider becomes the Boston Spider Hero in that show.
That's fun.
It's very cool. Okay, so they got the not Spider Boy version. They got the fucky mutated version. They got the rich Spider Armor version. Can you remember any of the other ones from that episode?
Oh gosh, let me think. Yes, so we've got mutated one. We've got Doc Ock arms one. We've got Iron Metal Spider-Man one. We've got our main one. That's 4. We've got the one with no powers. That's 5.
Okay, so sorry, I just realized Ben 10 also took from this. Then
That's funny.
there's a story in Ben 10 Omniverse where they have a multiverse war, and the main character of that is a version of Ben who never got the watch.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, no watch Ben. He like has an entire character arc.
Oh, and Scarlet Spider. They bring in Scarlet Spider as well.
Oh, fucking sick. Yes, as they should.
Yeah.
And then I know so have you ever played the video game Shattered Dimensions?
I have not, but I've heard great things.
It's very fun. So the entire premise is that Spider-Man is fighting Mysterio, right?
Mm-hmm.
I should say the first lines of the game are narrated by Stan Lee.
Oh, that's fun.
So Mysterio wants this like tablet of magic thing because he wants to be a real magician, not just a trickster. Or as Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z would say, "You're just a trickster. I am a warrior." But yeah, so he wants to be an actual magician, and so Spider-Man is fighting him, and at one point he goes to deliver a flying kick, and Mysterio reflexively holds this tablet up like it's a shield, and the tablet breaks into multiple pieces, and because it's like the Darkhold in that it simultaneously exists in multiple universes at once.
Okay.
So some of the shards go to 3 different universes. And so Mysterio disappears because he's holding one of the shards, and it does give him actual magic. And Madam Web contacts Spider-Man and is like, I'm going to need not just your help, but the help of your counterparts from those other 3 universes. So we've got the main Spider-Man, who is Amazing Spider-Man, right? He's your typical. He's wearing the red and blue suit.
Mhm.
He typically uses web-based combat, right?
Yeah.
Web zip lines and all that shit, right? Um,
Mhm.
you've got Ultimate Spider-Man, who has the black suit, which is apparently because of Madam Web. She did it somehow. Like we switched to him, and he's literally like,
Oh,
black suit doing on me, and she's like, "Yeah, I figured you could use the help."
that's fun.
Um, so he uses black suit based combat. Spider-Man 2099,
Mhm.
um, who so the gameplay styles differ in each different universe. Amazing and Ultimate are kind of similar in that it's a third person action game kind of thing.
Yeah.
2099 almost functions more like a racing game
Weird.
because he does a lot of super speed or like falling or flying segments where
Mhm.
he's like fighting enemies while in motion.
Hmm.
And there's Spider-Man Noir, who his is a Metal Gear Solid-esque stealth combat game,
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
and everything's in black and white. And I should mention that all four of these guys voiced Spider-Man prior to the game.
Yeah, I knew that the '90s guy was in this.
Yes, he voices 29. No. He voices Noir.
Cool.
I believe that uh, Josh Keaton voices Ultimate.
Fun.
I can't remember who the other two are voiced by. I apologize.
Mhm.
Um, but they've all done Spider-Man voices. So you play the game in chapters. I think the first chapter is Kraven the Hunter. So you play as Amazing Spider-Man fighting Kraven, and then chapter two is Hammerhead, and you play as Spider-Man Noir. And
Cool.
because all the Noir enemies tend to focus on villains that make sense for like the 40s. So it's
Mhm.
like Noir and Vulture and stuff like that.
That's fun.
It's Hammerhead and Vulture. I mean, sorry. Yeah, and I never got to beat the game because I did not own a Nintendo Wii, and I had the game for the Wii. And my first girlfriend uh, had a Wii, so I bought the game so I could play it while I was at her house. And I remember I tried to get her to play it with me, and she said that I was too old to be playing video games because that was a kid's thing. I was,
Bro, fuck this.
yeah, guess what? We didn't stay together.
Yeah.
Um, I'm not going to say too many disparaging things because, for all I know, she might be a completely different person than she used to be. But at the time, she sucked. Um, that was not good. That was not a good relationship. I was also only 18. Like,
Yeah.
I was hardly in the age of like, get your life together. Stop lately. Was I? Oh yeah. So I never beat the game because of that. But
Yeah.
I know Madam Web. She was like she was your guy in the chair. She was the one that was contacting all the Spider-Men, letting them know what their mission was, where they had to go, how the others were doing. And what's really cool is that I know that game had a sequel um, in Spider-Man: Edge of Time, where it was just Amazing and 2099 teaming up.
Hmm.
They technically um, you could consider them alternate universes separated by time because they also technically existed on the same timeline.
Okay.
So like 2099 would, I don't know, run into like a place where the door was blocked and he'd be like, "Hey, you exist like 100 years in the past or something. can you unlock this door? And it will somehow, like, nobody will relock it for the next century, I guess.
Oh my god.
And he'd unlock it, and then Spider-Man 2099 would just have an unlocked door and be like, sweet, thanks. Like, I might be oversimplifying it, but that's the general idea, is that Amazing would do stuff in the past that would affect the future so that 2099 could carry out a mission.
Okay.
Which is a cool concept.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else. Because here's the thing, Madam Web is a very cool character in theory, but I feel like you can't use her all the time or it robs her of her effectiveness as a character because she's only supposed to appear for big events.
Oh yeah, typically.
And if they just tried to make a big universe-shattering event every couple of years, then they would be DC Comics. Yep, I went there. What's up?
Very good.
How are you going to have the Flashpoint storyline in 2011 and then do Rebirth in 2017? What the fuck?
Yeah, that was a bit fast.
So unfortunately, I don't have a whole lot I can say about Madam Web, other than she also reminds me of there's a blind fortune teller lady from X-Men. It's not Calypso, is her name, is it? I can't think of it.
I don't remember.
She appears in X-Men Evolution, and she was the caretaker of Rogue in that continuity.
Okay.
Because she was clairvoyant, she would get flashes in the future, right? And okay, in that continuity, Rogue is Raven's daughter. Not Raven, she's Mystique's daughter.
Okay.
And they know that she has the mutation where if she touches people, then it fucks them up. So they were relying on Fortune Teller Lady to get visions of the future to know who might come into contact with her so that she would be able to manipulate things so that she never came into contact with anyone.
Okay, interesting.
And I know she's like a legit X-Men character, but I can't think. I think her name's Calypso. Don't quote me on that. But Madam Web kind of reminds me of that, where it's like she's blind, but she can see beyond what normal people can. But she's also got that splash of interdimensional shit going on.
Yeah.
Which I can't. I'm sure she has like an origin story that doesn't fucking suck. But like, I'm sure she's. So if she has an origin story, I'm sure she has a universe of origin. And I don't know.
Maybe.
See, this is the problem: is that I didn't know that this is what this episode was going to be, and so I didn't. Like, sorry.
That is, I've never actually thought to wonder what her real, like, if she has a standard origin story. Do they mention anything in the 90s show? Or is she just kind of mean?
It typically doesn't really matter, right? Because her past and how she gained these abilities and all that stuff never really matters too much because she's not the focal point. She's the mentor. She is the one guiding Spider-Man and becoming the arbiter of events so that Spider-Man can go through these cool adventures. She is the Zordon to their Power Rangers. You don't need to know actually how Zordon got in that fucking tube or who he was before, but he knows all the shit and he's directing them. So she fills very much that same role where if you wind up learning too much about her origin, it can actually rob some of the mystique. I think
True.
the scenes with Bryan Cranston being a Power Ranger
Mhm.
were interesting, but I kind of didn't want to learn that Zordon was the Red Ranger. I think that
Yeah,
ruins.
we didn't need it.
Yeah, I think that ruins some of the mystique. Almost like if you made an entire fucking movie about the origin of Madame Web, it might not be very good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Look, this is the true essence of art right here. If I can wank for a second, is that like we went in with an intention of it being one thing, and then just things happened, and then art created itself through us, and it
Mm-hmm.
became something we weren't expecting. This was going to be an Aang episode. Now it's a Madam Web episode, and
And now we have no idea what the fuck is going on.
yeah, I'm truly ready to call it an episode now. Because I do need to check Discord to see if Korn knows when he's streaming it yet. I'm running out of things to say about Madam Web that isn't just more bitching about the new movie that I haven't seen. And
Well,
also,
let's talk very briefly about how those episodes end on the Spider-Man animated series, because I thought it was really cool.
yes.
Which is when they reveal that so firstly they managed to get Spider Carnage not to destroy the multiverse by they've gone to an Earth. The Earth that they've chosen to destroy the multiverse from, for some reason, is the home Earth of the Tony Stark-ish Peter Parker, who's a billionaire inventor guy. And this is a universe where Peter's made all of the right choices, and he's basically never fucked up anything ever at all. And in this universe, Uncle Ben is still alive. So Uncle Ben shows up and manages to bring the hero out of Carnage, out of Spider Carnage, and he's unable to actually fight the symbiote off of himself, but he is able to regain enough control and conscience and morals to throw himself into an unstable portal that's like he's gone, he's dead, he's gone. And it was pretty cool. And then my favorite thing about that whole episode was when they reveal that the guy without powers is an actor and that he's from a universe where Spider-Man isn't real and this guy plays Spider-Man on TV. And so then Madam Web takes Spider-Man to our universe, and Spider-Man gets to meet Stan Lee, and it made me very happy.
Okay, that's awesome.
It's such a cool ending.
And now I'm just wondering, the actor. So the only actor that played Spider-Man on TV, unless you're talking like the voice actor who was voicing that Spider-Man in that cartoon.
Was the Japanese Spider-Man.
No, there was an
Right?
American one in the 70s.
Otherwise,
The 70s had two different live action Spider-Man shows, and one was Japanese and one was American.
oh, interesting. I didn't know that. I never knew there was an American one.
That's right, Peter. You're me, and I'm you, and this is a gun. Have you not seen that?
I haven't, but it sounds funny.
Look it up. Look it up on YouTube as soon as we're done with this. I'm not
I will.
fucking kidding with you.
I will.
But yeah, it's just he had like the 70s shag hair, and he's kind of scrawny in the Spider-Man suit. And it's just funny because like you see Peter walk into a room and he looks shocked, and there's another one of him, and it's the clone story. They're doing a clone story. They did it before the Clone Saga.
That's great.
And it's the slow zoom out of the camera as he's like, "You're me and I'm you," and then you just see a fucking revolver in his hand. He's like, "And this is a gun."
And this is a gun. That's great. Anyway, yeah, I think that's such a cool way to end it, and he gets to go meet Stan Lee, and he gets like, so Stan Lee gets to talk to Spider-Man a bit, and I think at some point Spider-Man says that despite all I've been through, you know, I feel like I'm in a really good place in my life. I'm going to go look for Mary Jane with Madam Web, and I have a feeling that things are going to turn out okay. And I think that after he says something like that, something very optimistic, Stan Lee goes, "Gee, you sure aren't the guy I've been writing about all this time," which I thought was pretty funny. And it was cute. It was a cute way to end the series, and it's cool that Madam Web and Spider-Man are like heading off to go find Mary Jane, who's been lost in limbo for like a whole season now at this point in the show.
You know what's really funny is that again that brings up the idea of whether or not Spider-Man is an optimist, and I've seen people say that he's a pessimist because he's always complaining, and I don't think that's pessimism. I think that's realism, because
fair.
Acknowledging that bad things that have happened to you is realism. Trying to say that bad things that happen to you are worse than they actually are would be pessimism. But I think all in all, Spider-Man really is an optimist, because as much as he's like, everything's going wrong, this is the Parker luck, this shit sucks, whenever he refers to the future, he only says things are going to stay bad in his moments of extreme weakness. Typically, he keeps going because he's always got the hope that things will get better.
Yeah.
And whenever things are going even mildly good for him, he's like, I'm living the best life ever. So, like, yeah, I think at his core, he is an optimist, because he's the type that, like, he doesn't ignore the bad things that happen to him. He's not burying his head in the sand and pretending that things aren't that terrible. But whenever there's a chance that things will get better, he likes to believe that they will. And if that's not optimism, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
I'm sure I could make some really clever theme about how that relates to you and me and our views on optimism versus realism, but I don't feel like it.
Yeah.
Because we've had
Anyway, Madam Web, weird character. Terrible movie, probably. I don't know. I haven't seen it. It sounds like it's difficult to get through, from what I've heard.
It sounds like they're expecting us to buy the fact that Uncle Ben is going to age 30 years in 10 years, and that she's going to age like 70 in 10 years.
Yeah.
And that Jessica Drew is going to be a hero before Venom and Spider-Man. What the fuck? Anyway. This is the part where I start saying the things that I haven't said in over a month.
Something about Hall of Pods.
Yeah, the Hall of Pods Podcast Network. Who the fuck is on that again? So it's the Fandom Podcast, Comic Book Club. It's True Believers, a comic book podcast. It's movies to watch before you die. And oh shit, and the Replica program. Wait, what day is it?
Today is Sunday.
Wait, what the fuck? I think I'm supposed to have off work tomorrow, but I think I'm scheduled. I have to double check with that, but I think tomorrow I'm going to be interviewing someone again.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah. So look forward to that. Or if it even happens, because who knows with this new setup of mine. But Cape Corner Discord, you can join it. You can make suggestions. And then, like, every once in a while, I might post a meme on there. And it's also got the catalog of all the episodes and everything. I really got to do shit. What's the you could support me on my Spotify for podcasters. It works like Patreon. And share the episode with a friend. Because you would be a really cool person if you did that. And you're not cool. You're a loser because you're listening to me. I think that's going to wrap it up. Any last thoughts?
I got nothing.
Cool.
Chaos is wonderful.
I'm about to go reproduce the quality of Madam Web in the toilet. I shouldn't say that too harshly. I haven't actually watched it. I just know that nothing about it looks good.
Yeah.
So if you can't squeeze 2 minutes of good quality out of a trailer, it's probably not good. All right, everybody. Hang on. I'm getting a stomach cramp.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Okay. I really am going to have to go. So, everybody, thank you for listening. Stay strong, stay true to yourselves, and remember, we can all be heroes.